Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am doing this live session for the students who are from specially non-technical background. They don't have any experience in any programming language, but they want to transit their career into AI. But they afraid from the programming language. Actually, they think a lot. Would I be able to learn the programming language? If I start this learning the programming language, how much time it will take? Number one, these are I'm just telling you the common challenges or the common fear in the mind of the non-tech person. Number one, would I be able to learn the programming language? Number two, how much time it will take? Will it take 3 months, 2 months, right? And the next fear in your mind, how would I write this much code? I don't have any experience in the programming language. It's very tough for me to write this much code. When you start learning, you think, oh my god, this is too much code. How would I write it? How would I make it sure I'm writing the correct code? So what they do in this scenario, they want to transit into AI, but and they start learning the programming language, but what they are doing, they just start cramming the actually code. When someone teaching them, they understood the code, right? They just look for the code actually. Okay, they don't try to understand the logic, but definitely they are trying to learn what they are right, what the instructor or who is teaching you programming, how they are writing the code. So this is the biggest mistake every non-tech student does at a beginner level. They just get involved so much in learning the actually cramming the code. They don't try to understand the logic behind it. At what time, why, how I should use this, like the method. It can be any method, xyz, any method in the Python. Okay, so in this scenario, so I would like to tell you there is only a very small difference actually. When I'm saying you don't you don't try to understand the logic, you are just looking at the code, right? You are understanding this is the variable, this is going here, this is the output, so I need to write it in this way only. This is what you think when you are learning at a beginner level. First time you are learning the coding, you are because you want to jump from initial point to the last point to model building or the data analysis so quickly. This is in your mind actually. So what will be the result in that scenario? You have to look back again and again and again to the fundamentals, which bothers you a lot at a later stage. So this is don't do this mistake. Okay, and second thing, whenever you are looking at the curriculum, if you want to do, let's say you want to take a short course of the Python, you did many courses, free courses, right? You saw they are teaching it in 15 days, they are teaching it in this much days. This is good, right? You can learn it in a less time. But did you try to understand what they are going to teach you in a less time? Again, you will focus on just to finish up the course so quickly so you can jump on to the next topic. This is a problem. Okay, and second thing, if I'm telling you this is your data type, this is your functions, this is loops, this is conditional statement, you will understand, but you will not try to connect it with the actually real time. You think whenever I will do the data analysis, I will do the machine learning, I will understand, I will write the code. But this is not the case. If you're not clear with the fundamentals at a beginner level, you don't understand, right? What is data type? You are not trying to connect it with the real time. So you will definitely going to stuck when you reach a data analysis after finishing your Python programming language. So today in this session, I will tell you about the right or smart approach how you can learn the Python. I'm not going to talk or teach you today code in this. I'm going to tell you the right approach to learn the Python. This is a perfect video for the non-technical students who are from the non-tech background, and they have a fear or afraid from the like when they are thinking to transit career into AI, they have a fear in their mind. Would I be able to learn the Python or not? Would I be able to write a this much code or not? That's why they also afraid from the coding challenge interviews too. Then they are struggling a lot when they want to clear the coding challenge interview. Okay, so it will solve your all these problems. So stay with me till the end of the live session. So let me share my screen so I can share the approach with you. Here we go. All right, here we go. So here I will write down the heading, but I am going to tell you this is the tips or smart approach to learn Python. Okay, this is especially for the non-tech background. First of all, just get rid of your fear. Would you be able to write a code this much or not? This is not the problem, because writing code is just a tool. When you are learning anything, either it's a programming language, either it's your any other thing, your goal should be always to understand the logic and the process. That's it. Okay, so what will be your approach should be here. Your first step should be number one, pick pick up the topic. It can be any topic. When you start learning the programming language, let's say you want to understand, you are from the zero background, you heard about it, this is a programming language, but you don't know what is this, right? But what here at initial step, I will tell you what the student does this mistake. Pick up the topic and then understand the logic. It can be any topic. Then your third step would be write the logic. I will tell you difference between these two, and then implement. Okay, so this approach you should follow in a simple way. Either you are learning programming language, or you are learning machine learning, or you are doing the data visualization. This should be your approach. Okay, so in this, what is this? Like whenever someone is saying you, I will teach you Python, so you start with the Python, right? But Python itself contain many things, right? It contains your data types, it contains data structures, right? It contains your loops, and so on. Many topics come under the Python. You're so worried, you want to be do the mastery at initial level, right? You have so many questions. I understand your curiosity too, but first, the most important thing is you should understand the like the basics. Whenever you start learning any programming language, either you are from technical background or non-tech, or it is a video especially for the non-tech background students. But even you are a professional, if you already know any language, C++, right? Logics are same in all languages, only the code difference. But you should also understand for what purpose this language is used in AI. They know Python is a programming language. This is used to build the machine learning models and data analysis. but they don't try to go at a deeper level actually at this point, at initial point. They will read the definition, this is open source, that's it. They stop themselves there, and then they start implementing it practically. So this is the mistake you do here. You should not do like this way. Whenever you are picking up any language, just read about it, just spend at least 1 hour on this. What is this language, where I can use this, what are different ways I can use this language. This is not restricted to only AI, right? So then just keep in your mind, if I am going to learn the Python for AI, then I at initial level I need to do the mastery in these topics. Because if you want to become a web developer and you want to learn, right, you want to learn the Python, then there are different frameworks also available. All you don't need to do the mastery in all frameworks, all libraries and anything, right? So this is important. So here you will pick up, let's say you are picking up, I will remove this, I will give you the example of this, then I will tell you how you can learn it. Okay, so let's say you pick up the data type from this. Okay, let's say you pick up the first data type here, variable. You don't know what is variable, right? So first pick up the topic variable, understand the logic, how you should understand what is variable. It seems very easy when you see in the code actually. What is variable, how I can use it, okay, and how to implement, and why should I use it. Most important, why should I use it? Can't I survive in AI or Python programming language without variable? This question should come in your mind. And then try to connect it with the real time example. Okay. And then this third thing you should be write the logic. What is this? Now, what the student does, they, let's say they will say, we know the variable. This is the variable, right? This is x is equal to 10. You will say this is a variable, this is the value, right? And if I'm asking you just implement using list, or I'm just giving you the example, implement the student profile, right? What you will do, you will open the Jupyter notebook. This is the approach, this is the student's general approach. They will open the notebook and start writing code. This is generally we do, right? Because you think when you start writing the code you will learn more, you will get more exposure, you are doing the practice. This is nothing is wrong in that approach, but you are lacking some points here. Okay, so after doing this you will take a help, right? And you are struggling sometime to work on the even a small project since 2 or 4 hours. Okay, so you should not do this. You should do this after this step. Take a notebook or a pen, write down here logic. If I am asking you just to make the student profile management system, so just think, take a pen and notebook, just say task, right? What tools or what methods you need here? Do you need variable? Do you need the list data type? Do you need the dictionary or loops? So first clear your this logic, what methods you are going to use for this program. It is very very useful. If you are directly writing the code here, you sometime you can use the dictionary instead of list, but you are using the list here, so it will slow down your process, maybe like it is not more feasible for you in this program. So student don't think about it, they just directly writing code. Either you use the list or dictionary, this is the mistake you are doing here. Okay, so choose the best feasible method which take your less time, execution time, faster your process. Just decide it and then build the logic. Logic means how you are going to take the input. Either are you going to take the input from the user, Are you going to save it into the database? And then if you have saved in the database, can you edit it? Can you delete the records? Right? And when you are saving it into the database, what approach should be there? What kind of the errors you might face when user is entering the data? So these all things will you need to like write down here in the copy. Okay, so you need to write the logic, what kind of errors will come, right? I am talking about the errors. If you have like taking the input from the user and you want to enter them their first name, last name, but they are entering the numeric data. So this is your duty. This is being a like a programmer or data analyst, right? You should handle this error. So these all things you should think here before jumping onto the notebook actually. So that's why you are like suffering lot here. Then you take the help from the Google, you waste your time, right? Why this error is coming? And sometimes even there is a no error come up, you are very happy, and when it come into the real time, someone is testing your program, it throws so many errors because you did not think up to that level. So you are so in hurry to build this program using implementing it, and then think about the output. This should, we call it in a programming language pseudocode. We call it pseudocode. In old time we used to do it. When we learn that, we draw the diagram of each your like the program, whatever your task you are doing, and then you will just like then we implement the task, because now you can divide the task too. First I will collect all data, then my second task is to enter into the like a database. There are so many options actually. This should be in detail. Okay, and then you will implement. This is then open the notebook and write code. So this is the approach I wanted to share with you. Don't try to rush. You are here, initial point. Okay, if you are following this strategy, I'm not saying it is going to take your 6 months. No, only you need to change your approach from this to this directly. Generally students jump from this to this, that's it. You skip all these steps. Don't do that. Follow this approach for each task from the, if you have a goal to learn the Python in 15 days, you will be able to learn. Only the difference is if you are following this approach, then you don't need to look back again and again to the fundamentals. But if you are following this approach, you have to go back again and again to the fundamentals, because you will stuck somewhere, because you did not think out of box at this level, at initial level. You are just in your mind, like I need to write a lot of code. I need to do this one. This method is used. This one you copy from. There is a no harm to copy from the Google too, but if you don't understand the logic why this method is implemented here, then why I am using the list, why I am not using the dictionary, if you don't have answer of this question, this means you are weak in programming at some point. This is I am telling you. Okay, so this is very important. Follow this approach. If you want, you can take the screenshot of this one and follow this approach from the day one. Even you spent half an hour a day, and by following this approach, 101% sure you can never be weak in programming. Okay, so follow this approach. If you found any problem, just drop a comment. Okay, now we will move ahead. I will tell you how you should learn this. Okay, so I will give a smart way to approach Python, or you can say learn. Okay, so now you I have told you the basic, like the your mantra, or you can say like the approach, only 4 steps, right? Now I will tell you how would you start learning actually Python. Okay, so whenever you see any like the your articles, your books, your videos or anything, right, you find this right in the Python. First, you will start with data types, right? And then you go with the data structures. And then you go with the here loops, and then conditional statement. And after this, you will do here conditional statement, loops, this one, and then functions. And then finally, you go with the classes. I'm not talking about any advanced level till so far. This is the basic, you have to learn it. Okay, you can't survive without these things in AI, or even in the development, or even you are writing the script. In any field, this is the basic one, you have to learn it. Now, so what is the, I'm just telling you at initial level again what the student does. They just think I need to learn this, right? Again, they will open the Jupyter notebook and they just start typing the code. Okay, there is a no harm. You should type the code. I'm not saying you don't do that. But the most important part, again, I will say, let's say you are learning about the data types. So how many data types you have? Variable, integer, or you can say number, you have a float, you have a string, right? If I am right now, I am teaching you x is equal to 10, right? And you, I'm saying this is a variable name, this is a value, this is a generally you see, right? So you say yes, yes, this is a variable name and this is a value. Okay, you understood it very well. But did you ever try to connect it with the real time example? What is this variable? So you don't forget it later on. So if you are only keeping in your mind this thing as I am teaching you, right? So this you should keep, right? But on out of box, you should connect it with the real time example. So you don't forget. I bet you will never forget. Okay. If you are connected it with the real time example, so you are thinking, what is that? Okay. I will tell you. So we will make it little bit up. So let's say your first data type is, so your first topic in the Python is data types, right? So in this first is variable. Whenever you are reading any articles, you are following any website, you are following any channel, when someone is teaching you coding, so think in that way. If someone is teaching you a variable, right, what is variable? So you think, like, yes, this is correct, x is equal to 10, but connect it with the real time example. How? Suppose you are going to office, right, or maybe you are going to university. You have your lunch box with you, right? This is your lunch box, and there are three containers inside your lunch box. So in the first container, you are keeping up the juice box. In the second, you are keeping the bread. In the third, you have, let's say, any snack, okay, biscuits or anything, right? So what is this? These are the three containers, right? So what is variable now? This is all. This is all container. That's it. It can be, let's say we are declaring here y is equals to, okay, so I will give you here the same example, it will be easy for you. So let's say this is a x is equals to, in double quotes, juice box, okay, and y is equals to bread, and your z is equals to snack. Okay, so what you are doing, these all are your variable name. You are saying what is variable now? This is your container, because you are putting something into it, right, in real time. So this is going to be your x variable, this is going to be your y variable, and this is going to be your z variable. So this is this should be your approach actually. Whenever someone is teaching you any programming language, think like it. Just think at the same time, connect it with the real time. Like if they are saying variable, they are storing something into it. How I can connect it within the real time? You are using it on daily basis. Just the difference is in real time, in our daily routine, we call it container. But here in technical language, we call it variable. But they both are same. So now if your learning approach is this, you will never forget what is variable, even during the interview. You're never going to forget it. Okay. So this is the way how you should think. Okay. Now if we take the second example here, let's say your second data type is integer, right? So here we are saying I is equals to 10, right? Now again, this is your store 10 into I. This is also container. Which container? This one. So if you want to connect it with your any daily routine, like let's say you are stacking something, you are collecting the newspaper, right? So you want to count it. So you have a one big box, container 2. This is container 1. So you are collecting the newspaper in this. These all are our newspapers, right? So this is going to be 10, right? You are storing how many newspaper? 10. This is going to be your I. Okay. So keep your this approach when you are learning the data types. Don't try to focus only and only on the this is data type, this is variable, this is string, this is float, this is this. You learn like this way, right? But you never try to think out of box how I can connect it with the real time life. Might be you are thinking why I need it. I understood the language, I know what is variable, but believe me, this is a just initial level. When you reach at the advanced level functions like dictionary, map, filter, list comprehension, student always stuck at this point. They don't know the difference between list and list comprehension. If I am going to tell them just build the program using list comprehension, don't use the list. They never ask me this question, Nija, why we need to use a list comprehension, why I can't use the list? Because they just think like in that way, if I am saying then we should use with the list comprehension. But what is the problem here? When you are in the company, nobody is going to tell you this thing. You have to do it yourself. And if there was the first in your processing list comprehension, right? And list is not first in your process, that's why you are using. But at in any or a scenario is not same in the real time, right? It is a different from your learning stage. Okay, so that's why I'm saying you learn the data types in this way. And even let's take another example of this one. Your here the string data type. Let's say your string 1. So you are storing here first name. Okay. So now here it can be the like you can connect it with the real time. You are going to the university. You are filling up the form on the online. What is that? When you are entering the first name, last name, your home address, what is that? What kind of the variable they are using at the back end? Did you ever try to think? So whenever you are learning the string, you should think like where I can use this, where I can use it in the real time, where I can use it in the data analysis too. So here you can use it when you want to just you have a your almirah or wardrobe, right? You have a collection of clothes. There is a dress one. This is your first variable. You can say suit, right? So this is the same. Your what is the name of your dress too? This is your skirt. right? So this is the way you can connect it with the real time example. This is I'm saying you. So you will never forget. And when you will reach at the data analysis, you will find many like the data type, which is a string data type. Okay. I know it will be a very advanced at this stage for you, but you can read the article. If I'm learning the string data type, how useful it is during the data analysis, just read the article. I'm not saying you just start coding thinking about the data analysis. No, just think about it, how I can use it during data analysis. This is important. Okay, so this is the way this approach your should be about learning the your data types. Now we will jump on to the second. Now it's a time to learn data structures, where student usually they under, again I will say you will understand the code, there is a no problem. Okay, just ignore my spelling mistake if I'm doing the spelling mistake. So what type of data structures you have here? You have a list, you have a dictionary, you have the sets, you have the tuples. We also call it array. In Python, we call it actually tuples, okay? But this is the same. So these are the main, like your four actually data structures. You need to do master in this actually. Okay, this come under basic, like the your fundamentals of Python. Now again, question. You will think, I need to declare the list with the square bracket. I need to declare this with the curl bracket. This is key. This is value, right? And sets I will declare like this, and tuple is also with this. But in the coding challenge, again, if you are just learning, you are not understanding what is happening behind the list and dictionary, how I can use it in the real time, what is the use of the list, you are just following blindly. We will create a list of fruits. That's it. So you will say here apple, banana. Okay, that's it. So what you are doing right now, if you are even reading the article, you are watching any video, you are doing anything, you will just cram this thing. List is where I can store multi data types, and this is used with the square bracket. That's it. Same in the interview, you are going to reply. List is declared like this, and it contains the list of mix of data types. And when they are asking you the example, you again you will give the example, like if I want to create a list of fruits. But did you ever try to think in real time how it is used? Because when you are working in the AI in the real time scenario, this is all your daily routine things. This is not something very like say you can say the problems which is only connected to the programming. You are going to solve the real time problems. This is AI, right? So here, how do you learn this now? Connect it with the, again, real time approach. Okay, again, if you want to do the daily task, just forget about the programming language, just forget it. If you know how to declare the list, what does it contain, just to come to your daily routine, your daily task. So what you do, your first task is wake up. Second, you do the brush. Three, have a breakfast, right? Then you go to office or university, right? You work there or study there, and then you may talk to friends. I'm just taking the very layman example. This is our general routine, right? So what is this? This is a list of tasks. So what is this? Same. This is the way how you can learn the list. Even if you are from the non-technical background, you don't need to be worried about it. Would I be able to write the code or not? You can now. What is the big problem? This is the daily task. This is the name of your list. Just convert it like this way. You will declare the variable daily task. Okay, and then square bracket, and then add all these tasks in this. Wake up, and then brush. That's it. The biggest advantage of this thing, again I will say, if you are connecting, you are learning your coding language connected to your real time examples, write the code with this one actually, implement everything on this, then go with the logical, more logical things, with the more programming deeper, because it will be fun for you. Number one, you will have the more interest actually in learning the coding in that point of view. If you are only doing the like let's say practical work, whatever you are getting from the article, videos, instructors, your lecturers, your professors, right? So you will just take it as an academic, right? But I don't want you to learn it like in the boring way. So you can connect it with this one daily routine. Just make a program at your end. Just make it. Now your second task will be how to edit this task. Maybe you want to change your routine on Saturday and Sunday. Instead of wake up at 9 a.m. Oh, sorry, 6 a.m. You want to edit it at a 9 a.m. So in this way, what you are going to do? You are going to edit your list, right? And then you will learn the list in a deeper at a deeper level. This should be your approach actually. Okay. And now if we will remove this now. Okay. So this was your daily routine task. I hope you will not forget this thing and you will create a list with your daily routine task. You can make the list of tasks whatever you are doing in your daily basis. Again, don't forget to write the code first steps, not the code, the steps in English language in your notebook. Then jump onto the Jupyter notebook. Okay, then only you will become expert. Believe me. Okay, and then now look at this. How would you learn the dictionary? Some students really find it difficult to learn the dictionary actually. There is a very fun way. It's very easy. I will tell you how the dictionary we declare. Like let's say you want to in your home, right? You have a 10 or 5 rooms, right? Every room has the different like the things inside it, right? But you want to clean it one by one. Okay, now in case of list, you cannot you can only define the room, right? Room 1, let me write it in more clear way. Yes, you are going to write it like this way: room 1, room 2, right, and so on. But you don't know what is inside it. I am just telling you the way how you can differentiate between dictionary and list, and how you can decide where you should use the list, where you should use the dictionary. Okay, now when you declare the dictionary, you can say room 1. Let's say in the room 1 you have the sofas. Here you can't write it. Did you understand the logic? Where you should use the list whenever you don't care about what is what is the name of your value. You only focusing on the value. Like you, if we connect it again with the daily task, you don't care about at what time you want to do what thing. You only want to add the name of the list, sorry, task. Brush, wake up, go to office, breakfast. You are not mentioning any time. But if you are interested to add the time to, then you go with the dictionary. Because here you will say wake up at 6 a.m. Then you should use the dictionary. And in real time, this is a real time example. What is real time? This is real time. If you now understood what I'm trying to say you, now just read the article where I can use the list and dictionary in real time. Search more example, work then in the notebook, write a code for that. Don't only rely on the academic things. Just create a one dictionary with this name, with this name. This sometimes get boring. Try this. And now you can fetch out if you want to change. You don't want to clean the room too. Now you need to add it to the dictionary too. But this should be your approach. Now you might understand where you should use the list, where you should the dictionary. When you care about the name of the task, then you should use the dictionary. When you don't care about the name of the task, then you can go with the list. And now here you think which one is faster. Read about it. Okay, don't stop yourself only up to the declaration, only about the updation, only about the deletion, concatenation. Student does this, they don't try to think out of box. That's why they rejected in the coding challenge. If you have done so much homework on this, and it is not going to take you so much time, because at an initial level you are at this stage, like you want to learn each and everything actually, but in a faster way. So this is the best approach. Okay, so this is the difference. Now the next thing is sets. How you will connect it in the real time. Again, don't stop yourself. This is the set, right? And how I can declare inside the variable is this. Does it, is it mutable or immutable? Can I make a change in this or not? Right? So these are the things you can again connect it right here, right? So sets does not contain any duplicate. This is we know when you will learn it, right? So now in connected with the real time again. If you have already the English literature or let's say AI book, you don't want to buy it again, right? With the same author, same version, do you like to buy it? No. This is sets. Okay. If you have the your start book, that's it. It does not contain actually duplicate. Don't contain any duplicate. So this is a real time example. This is your daily routine you does. If you have done the brush one time, would you like to do the brush the same time again? No. If you have done the breakfast, would you like to do the breakfast again? No. So this is sets. Connected with the real time. Don't rely on only this is the round bracket, this is I need to put the elements inside it, this is the way I can delete it. Don't restrict yourself in this way. Okay, and then you have the tuples. Okay, so here the tuple is also the set of elements. Okay, so you can declare the tuples when you want to add the number of elements inside it. Okay, and this is the same approach with the sets. But again, now you might think, should I go with the list, dictionary, sets, or tuples? How would I choose? This is you need to think. And you understood this one when you should use the sets and tuples when you don't care about the like the value, name, right? And you don't want the your sequential order, because your list is work based on the sequential order. This is in the ordered form because it works based on the index. Okay, and if you don't want the you want the unordered, then you can go with these one. Okay, and this is the only difference, but connect it again with the your real time. This is a collection of your elements. Okay, like a to-do list. If you are making up like a cleaning task, right? In the morning you want to clean up the your room one, in the afternoon you want to clean up your room two, something like that. Okay, this should be your approach to learn this. Okay, so this was the about your data structure. Now the third your this one come up with the, we will consider the loops. Okay, this is very easy. Loops, first you just understood the type of loops in Python. There are only two, for and while. Okay, understood the syntax for both. Okay, and after that what you want to do, just you are thinking, when I want to iterate over the dictionary, I want to iterate over the list, I want to iterate over the any your data type. Okay, this is academic part. Okay, I'm dividing it into academic part and real time. But in real time, where are you using the loops? Did you ever try to think? No. You are using the loop, let's say, if you are in daily routine task, if you are clean your house, 2 times a day. This means you are going to iterate this means you are going to repeat your these things, iterate over the things. Like if you want to clean your home at 9 a.m. and then you want to clean it again at 5 p.m. Okay, so what you will do, house is your something on which you want to do it again and again, house clean. So this is loop. You want to do it 2 times, right? But your this is same, but you want to do it 2 times the task on the same house. This is called your looping system. Okay, and in this, like what you do, if you have the, you can make the house as a list, and there is a 2 task clean, clean, right? And now you will write the loop for this. I in house, sorry, right? You will say print clean. That's it. So my say is connect it with your daily routine and make a program on that. Don't rely on only on the academic things. What you are looking in the articles, videos, you need to do that to understand the code or the logic. But this is the logic you can apply. And before doing anything, because it is fun to, because you are understanding, you will be like surprised whatever you are doing in your daily life, how you can implement it using programming. This is AI, right? We are doing the real time problems, solving the real time problems using AI. How? This way, right? Only the thing is your keywords, your vocabulary will change. Here you are using the house, like the in programming it will call list. That's it. Okay, and then we will talk about the here functions. Functions is nothing, it is a reusable code. Okay, like again I will say, you have here set up alarm. You set the alarm on a daily basis. When if you want to wake up at 6 a.m., you use your alarm, right? So if you set it, and when you off it, next day you don't need to set it again, because this is done one time. This is same functions in Python. Function is, you can say, which you can call again and again without making anything in this. This is your function. You will say def set alarm, and it will print 6 a.m. Okay, you only need to call on, but you need to on it, right? You don't need to set it, but you need to on it, right? So you will call here. That's it. You can see how easy it is. You are doing everything on daily basis what you are learning in the coding. Then you don't need to afraid from the code. This is very simple. Okay, so you can learn it. Just connect it. Only the thing you need to add one more skill whenever you are learning the any programming language, connect it with the real time problem. Okay, don't wait like when I will reach at the machine learning task, then I will pick up the real time data set. Why are you waiting? If you are doing from the initial level, you will never get stuck, believe me, when you will do the data analysis, when you will do learn the machine learning. This is all you are going to use. Whenever you see the data set in real time, house sale price, what you are looking, number of rooms, area, garage. So this is all your routine things. What is difference in this or this? Then why don't you allow this thing in connected your this thing with this one? Okay, so this like the approach you should follow, and don't forget to follow this pseudo code as I told you at initial level. Okay, here what approach will be in the, this is your notebook. So your first step is pick up alarm, right? And then set alarm. right? And then on the alarm. And then in the morning, off the alarm, right? But you need to set a loop too, right? Because next day you need to make a on it again, on the alarm. This is your loop. Before this, I have already told you the loop. So now you will have clear when you are writing these statements. You understood now. I need to declare a one variable set alarm. You know you are going to use alarm, and you need to create the function, and you need to call this one as well, right? So for the loop, either you can use a for loop or either you can create the function. That's it. This is your loop too, right? Because you are calling the function again and again. So now if you are writing all your program steps, what you are going to implement using the code, you will never forget anything. And it is also clearing your in your mind what is the use of this thing. Why I am using this, why I am not using loop, why I am not using dictionary. Okay. And now we will move on to the your next one. We are done with this one, functions classes. Classes is very interesting topic, and the last one, fundamental. This is you, I always name it with the roof of your house. How? Very easy. This is your house, right? Here is the kitchen. This is your room 1. Here is your hall. Here is your dining area, right? Here is a room 2. So what is this? This is class in programming, because class contains inside it all functions whatever you want to do. You don't need to write anything out of that, and whenever you want to do anything, you will open the house. Then you go to the kitchen if you want to cook something. If you want to sleep, you will go in the room 1. If you want to eat, you will sit at the dining area. If you want to relax, you will sit in the hall, right? But for that, you need to call the house. This means I am talking about in technical language call, but you need to open the door of the house. Same with the class. You need to call the class, and you can write down all functions inside it. It is a roof of all functions, something like this. I will give you the very good example of your here calculator too, right? So you want to do the addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Now here you need to think, do you want to write the loose code? Is it okay? But in that scenario, you need to make a changes in your values, right? Again and again. But if you are making the class, sorry, this is not e calculator code. Here you can make the function def addition, write the code inside it, and then the def subtraction, and then code. Okay, that's it. So whenever you want to do the addition or subtraction, you only need to call this one. Same like this way. If we like make it implement your house one, this is will be like this, class house, right? You want to go to the kitchen. What you want to do what you want to do in the kitchen? You will cook, right? So this is the code you will write here. Cook. What you want to do in the room one? You want to sleep. So this is the task for this one. So do your programming like this way. This is all real time. This should be your approach actually. Okay. Again, I am just giving you the little recap. Okay. First step, pick up the task. or whatever you are learning, the topic, or sorry, topic. Okay. Then step 2, understand the logic. And then build the logic. Step 4, implement. Okay. So now if you don't forget it, in this you will pick up any, like the topic you are learning. Let's say you are learning the functions. Then understand what is it, when should I use it, why should I use it. Okay. And then think the real time example. Connect it with your routine. You don't need to go anywhere. Don't try to search the, just show me the examples of where the functions. Why are you searching for this? You are doing everything on daily basis. It will clear your more logics than you are looking at the articles or other things. This is important. Okay. And then build the logic. Now you understood what is it, how to declare it, that's it. Okay. And then build the logic. Take your notebook and pen. Now start writing the this one. If you are learning the functions, let's say you found the example clean house. Okay. You will say here first task will be open the house. Second step would be decide what you want to do. You want to clean, you want to cook. And third, write the function. And then four, call the function. Okay. So here it can be you want to go to the kitchen, then you need to create the function for kitchen, and then you need to call the kitchen too. Because if you want to cook something, you have to go inside the kitchen. This is the same thing you are doing here, right? You want to cook, your code is here, your kitchen is here, right? So apart from this is a straightforward code. You did not do any error handling here. So you need to think, if you kept the gas on, you forgot, right? So what, how would you handle this situation in the real time? You need to handle it like, if a user is entering the wrong data, how you are going to handle that error? You are going to enter in the information correctly into the database? No. Okay. So this is, you need to think. You need to write everything on the notebook first, and then write a code here. That's it. If you are following this approach, you will never forget the code, believe me. Okay. Here this was, I actually wanted to share with all of you. Okay. So I wanted to share this with all of you about the correct approach of the using your like the learning the Python. Okay. And thank you so much. If you have any question, you can drop a comment in the comment box. Okay. Thank you.